Hey, hey, hey. Hi, friends. My name is Denise Walsh, and I am super excited to welcome you to this week's Transformation Tuesday. For those of you who don't know me, I am a retired clinical psychologist, made millionaire mama with my work from home. We always say stay at home, but like work from home business. And because of my background in psychology, I have like this inner desire to help everybody, not only within our business, but anyone who has a deep desire within them to fulfill it. Like transformation is my jam. And so we recently went on a Disney Dream leadership retreat where 25 of us went down and we did some exercises, some inner work, some dreaming. And we're going to talk about several things that we did throughout that experience over the next few weeks. But today I'm going to share with you probably the hardest one. And if you, I don't know, it probably is the hardest one, but it's the one that gets the most breakthrough. It's really funny. I love the easy stuff. I love the dreaming. I love the what do you want? Like I love to talk about the positive stuff. I think most people would agree with that. But yet it's this exercise specifically that yields the most transformation and the most shift within people. So I am doing a live event here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, January 13th. That's going to be a full day workshop experience with all of the things we did on the cruise, plus some, because we know a lot of times, guys, we know what to do, but we need a space to do it. So I am really excited and honored to invite Christina on Transformation Tuesday today.
Thank you so much for having me, Denise. And if you guys are in the area, you have to check out that event because being on that Disney cruise with Denise changed my life.
Seriously, it's and the reason I love it so much is because it's changed my life too. Like this material is really a game changer. So, Christina, I'm going to set up the exercise that we did. And I know you didn't just go through the motions of doing this exercise or this work. You really like allowed it to penetrate you. And when you do that, you allow yourself to shift. And then you came home feeling lighter. So I'll let you share your story in just a minute. But for those who are watching, this exercise is all about releasing the guilt. Now, here's the deal. We can have a really clear vision of where we want. We can be so excited to get there. But if we're holding on to emotional baggage of the past, anger, bitterness, resentment, guilt, jealousy, like if we've got these emotional strings, these invisible strings weighing us down, it isn't easy to get up there. Like you can have a really clear, excited vision and you could be working really, really hard, but these invisible strings are like weighing us down. And so you can do two things in this situation. You can try harder, right? You can try harder. You can like fight more. You can see me like going towards the vision, or you can simply cut the ties of these emotional, invisible strings, and then it becomes easy. Then your vision, that's still the same vision, your work that's still the same effort, becomes effortless. And instead of trying harder, you're basically just like freeing yourself. And because of that, you're in a position then to create. So, Christina, I asked everybody to think about we're going to specifically talk about guilt because that is what connected with you, but some emotional strings that they had. Tell me when I first brought this up, what stirred for you?
A few things. And I'm going to speak first and foremost about being a mom, because if you're a mom, you know all about mom guilt. And for the last 3 years, since I was pregnant, I didn't take space for myself. I didn't take any space for myself because I felt guilty that I wasn't doing something for my family, providing for my family, being there one-on-one with my daughter and being present. So I didn't take any time against better judgment, against my husband's advice, against my best friends, against people that love me, their advice. I didn't take that time for myself. And what I realized on the cruise is that I needed it.
And was that one of the first times that you had taken a step away just to, you didn't have responsibilities of your team. You didn't have responsibilities of being on or presenting or being in charge of anything. You were just being poured into. So that
Oh,
was one of the first times in 3 years that you
yeah.
gave yourself some space.
Yeah, it was incredible because I didn't have to be the person that was leading the pack. I got to leave that to you guys, and I'm so grateful that I could just do that and enjoy and have time to think. So it allowed me to be able to open my heart and actually recognize the feelings that I had inside and be able to identify and move forward.
Okay, I think that's really important. Recognize the feelings that we have. Self awareness is typically step one because we are moving so quickly and life is happening that sometimes we aren't sitting still enough to allow things to bubble up. So, mom guilt bubbled up. Was there anything else?
Yeah, relating to my family, this was a really interesting thing. There was a couple of things. Something happened with business, but with my family, I have always known that I was meant for more, to do more, to help more people. I was bullied in high school, and since then, I really just wanted to be an advocate to empower other women, to stand up for themselves, to be more, to do more. And this gave me the perspective of that. I have that platform now and I get to utilize it and I don't have to feel bad for wanting more. A lot of the times our family members put self-limiting beliefs on us and we may not recognize that we even have those because they're placed on us at a very young age. And a huge aha moment to me was a few years ago, I found a letter that my grandma had kept. I'd written a letter to my grandmother and she kept it in her jewelry box and she'd give it back to me when she'd gone into more care. So I had that letter and it said, I was a singer. I started singing competitively when I was 7. And it said, Dear Grandma, I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to visit you. But, and I really want to be a singer when I grow up. But mom says I should be a teacher. And it wasn't because she meant to put that on me. It's because she wanted me to be successful. She wanted me to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. She'd worry about me as a musician. Like there were so many reasons that she would want me to take the safe road, maybe her self limiting beliefs. But I recognized that that was something that weighed really strong on me because I didn't push myself to succeed in that career. But I'm not going to let that happen now with this.
I think it is interesting. We don't realize how some of those things we were told impact our identity and then impact the actions that we take. So some of these emotions were brewed up, these memories were brewed up, the guilt of wanting more, the guilt mom of feeling like, I have to do everything for everyone. And
Yes,
so then you wrote a letter.
I did.
You wrote a
And
letter. Tell me about that.
yeah, so that was hard. And if you were in my vicinity, you know that tears fell because I felt like I could finally release something. As a mom or someone that cares so deeply about others, people with a lot of integrity, we don't want to leave others behind. So, relating to my business, I realized that I'm meant for more. I want more. I don't have to feel guilty about wanting more, but I felt that there were people that I loved and cared about in my business that weren't where they wanted to be and they weren't happy. And that was on me. I didn't feel like I was being the leader that they needed or giving them the information on like what was wrong with me that they weren't succeeding. But I actually recognized in that letter that that guilt that I was carrying for others was not meant to be mine, that I was not to own that guilt.
So, what did you release as you wrote through the letter?
So I released the fact that I I sorry, are you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
I released the fact that I had put my beliefs on them and that they were going through their own path and that I had wished that where they are right now wasn't reflected on me but they took the initiative to grow and learn and be motivated and inspired to do the work to get to where they wanted to be, and that again, that was something I could release, that wasn't on me, that wasn't on me to do.
Hmm. Yeah, and what's interesting about that is it's kind of like saying, okay, I'm going to take 100% responsibility for my life, my thoughts, my actions, my emotions, and then I'm going to let you, this is me like creating this circle, like I'm going to let you take 100% responsibility for your life.
Yes.
So then you can grow in the process because it's good for you to do that, right? So we are giving them a gift when we own our stuff, and then we give them space to own theirs too.
We're empowering them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we also had a space for a reframe. We had a reframe, like when this guilt pops up again, either mom guilt or team guilt or I'm not good enough, like all of these unworthy thoughts that may happen, which we know are simply just not true. We had a reframe, another thought that we could go to kind of get ourselves out of the rut. Do you remember what you chose?
You know what? Mine was really simple. There was a few of them, and mine was really simple because I am somebody that beats myself up a lot for past things that I cannot change. So mine was simply, now that I know better, I'll do better, and I forgive myself.
Now that I know better, I will do better.
Yeah.
And what's so powerful about this exercise is not only are these things bubbling up, we give it space to bubble up, but we write it down and then we speak it out loud. And there's power in that. That's true releasing. Sometimes when we're in our own head, that's when fear creeps in or doubt and we second guess but when you can like fully get it out and then fully say the words like with conviction. Forgiveness is a choice I make. Yes. And today, I forgive myself and I am finally free. Whew. Like you came home lighter. Tell me about that.
Oh my God. I honestly feel like I'm walking around 800 pounds lighter. Like I feel like my heart is lighter. My head is lighter. I don't have a pit in my stomach of like, oh my God, how am I going to help everybody on the planet? Like I just feel solid and grounded in who I am. And I have this different sense of confidence. I've always been a fairly confident person, but I feel like I have a seat at the table now, and what I say does matter and does provide value to others, and that I don't ever need to question that. I don't need to question my intention and my motivation and what I bring to the table. And that was something that for me was really powerful and uplifting, and I didn't know that I had to release it, but apparently I did.
And you said your family noticed when you came back?
Yeah, my husband, he's just like, Christina, like you seem like a different person. Like you seem like you have the weight of the world lifted off your shoulders, and you feel like I'm more present. I'm so much more present, and I'm not spinning in circles or worrying about things that I have no business worrying about. So yeah. I feel very, very grateful to you for your time and your guidance in that. And I really, truly believe that what you're doing is very powerful, Denise.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for coming up 100%, not just going through the motions, but truly being heart open and willing to work through some of the hard stuff, because it's then that we truly have the ability to create. So if there's anybody out there that feels like you're stuck, you're in the mud, maybe you're doing all the right things, but nothing seems to be working, there may be an emotional string that you get to heal from. And I say get because we always learn something in this process. And if you're at all near Michigan, actually we've got people coming from Texas and Florida. So anywhere, come to Dream Space in January and I'll walk you through this process as well. And then we're going to end with the 2024 Come As You Will Be party, which will just kind of be the cherry on top of the night. So Christina, is there anything else that you want to add?
You know what? That Come As You Will Be party is just so freaking powerful. Like it just makes you understand that you are the creator of your reality. You are the person that gets to decide where you want your life to go. And if you're willing to work for it, you can have anything that you want. So you can dream big, you can be that person, you can embody it, you can think it, and that's what you're projecting out there, and that's what's going to happen. So I think that that's like probably one of my favorite parts, because it was so much fun to dress up like a Disney princess, but also because of it gave you this perfectly clear vision of where you're going, and it felt good. It felt good right in your heart. So I think that, everybody has to do that at least once in their life. And I am so happy that you're providing that for people.
Yeah, it really is. It takes what you want and you begin to embody it. And what's so funny, you guys, is when you're at dinner and you're talking to people, they start asking you questions and you're like, I never thought about that. Let me think. Yes. No, I don't know. And you become fully immersed in the story of what you want your life to look like, which means you own it that much more fully. So thank you, Christina, for being on the cruise. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you have any questions about Dream Space, please let me know, but we would love to see you there in January. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Denise.